welcome to The Kelly Roach Show, a place for no fluff, easy to implement, 20-minute or less business and leadership lessons to help you build a sustainable business that scales. Let's get started. Why are women so afraid of owning the work that they do? I have never seen anything like the movement online of women trying to dress up the hard work that they put into creating their success as anything other than hard work. Some call it flow, some call it manifestation, some call it energetic vibration. And while I believe in all of those things and energy is real, don't abdicate your power by saying that you did one thing to achieve success, when in reality, it was something completely different. Many women who have taken on powerful and strong leadership roles in companies, in industries, have been called masculine. And the truth of the matter is that inside each of us, there are both masculine and feminine energies. And we're called to use that different balance of energies in different ways at different times. The truth of the matter is if you're a woman and you run a company, in order to run that company successfully, there are going to be many instances in which you're going to use the more logical, strategic, foundational thinking, quote unquote, masculine energy. Whereas when you're playing with your children at home, when you are preparing a beautiful meal, when you are spending time with your spouse, when you're on date night, when you're doing things with your family, you're probably tapping into more of your feminine energy. Even when you let your spouse take care of the home or things at home for you, you're allowing him to take care of you. You're allowing him to provide for you in that way. I have seen women in so many ways, shapes, and forms really push down and want to hide and or disguise the hard work put into their business because so many people for so long have been shaming women for owning their power, shaming women for putting in the hard work, calling them masculine, not allowing them to enjoy the fact that you use your masculine and feminine energies in different ways, right? And there's different times where you're going to tap into the energies that we all have inside of us in both sides, right? So here's the thing. Whenever you do something and you abdicate your power by you did hard work in your business, you followed a strategy, you took the necessary action, you did what was required. And then you misrepresent that by saying that you did something else in order to achieve that because it goes more in alignment with your story, or it goes more in alignment with the trend of the day, or maybe it seems to be more palatable to the market. It typically doesn't end well, right? Things shift, changes happen, and ultimately the truth is always revealed, right? For many women, they almost began to believe the story that they were telling the market, that they didn't need to do the work, that they didn't need to be strategic in their business. In fact, I saw many women over the last couple of years who were bragging about the fact that they operated in a total state of flow in their business. They had no systems. They had no reporting. They weren't doing launches. They weren't showing up and doing any type of structured implementation in their business. And guess what? Those are the same women that are either out of business today or have disappeared off the map in hiding, or quote unquote said they burn it all down and now are trying to come up with what the next big thing is going to be. Okay? A business needs to be run like a business. A brand can be completely feminine in nature. You may be the type of leader and the type of woman that completely leans into the aesthetics that are feminine looking, feminine feeling. Maybe your copywriting is very feminine. Everything about your brand may be roses and butterflies in the way that you present your story to the world. That's your prerogative. But discounting your own intellect and discounting the intelligence of the people consuming your brand by not acknowledging what you're putting into producing that beautiful aesthetic and that beautiful outcome that you're creating in your brand. It's just silly, right? So I recorded this podcast episode today because I see a lot of women feeling this huge pull of confusion and frustration and anxiety and overwhelm of they want to work on their business. They want to lean in. They want to build something extraordinary. But everyone everywhere is telling them to be soft and to play small and to only do things with ease and to find ways to flow. And if you don't feel like doing something, then it must be out of alignment. And I promise you that anyone who is telling you not to lean in to creating a structure for predictable and repeatable success in your business doesn't have your best interests in mind. It is so key for women who have an extraordinary vision in their life, for women who have a desire to do something big, to impact people in a meaningful way, to shift paradigms and to make a difference in the world. It is so important that you are building a business that can run without you, because ultimately you, the brand, are much bigger than the business will ever be. And that is so paramount to understand. And it's one of my biggest understandings from the last couple of years is my personal brand is far more powerful than any one of my businesses. It's the most important thing for me to curate and to love and to tend to and to invest in, because that is the thing that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Whereas businesses will get sold, they'll open, they'll close, they'll transition, right? They'll go through all sorts of changes. There'll be high highs and low lows. Your personal brand is your everything, right? And it's what allows you to start a new business or to launch a new brand or to bring a new product to market and to do that actually with ease. But in order to do something with ease, you're usually going to have to tap into the years of hard work and the structure and the built up credibility, reciprocity, and authority that you've already established that now you want to leverage, right? The reason why when you build a strong personal brand, you can then launch other products, programs, services, and companies with ease is that you're able to tap into that reciprocity bank that you've maybe been building for years, right? So I wanted to create today's episode to really lean into the ladies that have a multiple 7 and 8 figure vision for their future. And to tell you that doesn't make you a bad mom. It doesn't make you masculine. It doesn't make you out of alignment. And most importantly, please understand that your personal brand, you the person, is so much more powerful and is so much bigger than you. And your business is an asset that you're building. It is not you. Okay. Your business is an asset you're building. It is not you. And so the reason why having strategy, structure, systems, all of those things that people are bullying you by saying are masculine in your business, why is that so important? Because the purpose of a business is to be an asset that can be leveraged. And ultimately, the maximum leverage in a business is your ability to sell it. In interviewing individuals that work closely with ultra high net worth individuals, almost 100% of them have had a monetization event with one of their companies. What does that mean? They've exited, they've sold a business, right? But to sell a business for a multiple that is actually going to create life-changing, generation-building wealth, you need to build an asset. You need to create something that can run and function without you. So you can be right or you can be rich, right? You can listen to all the stories in the market about how masculine you're being and how shameful you should feel about how hard you're working and why you shouldn't be doing that. Or you can keep the eye on the prize and really understand what your ultimate goal is with the business and get clear on what it's going to take to build something that's going to achieve that objective. If you want to one day sell your business, which besides your personal brand, all of your businesses should be sellable businesses. They should be things that you are planning an exit strategy for at some point. Okay. And in order to do that, there are 3 core things that have to be in place. You need to build a company built on systems, processes, and people. And it's so important to push through the boundaries of your own trials and tribulations. I see people, for example, that, found in operations that struggle to get organized and create systems in their business. And because it doesn't come naturally for them, they avoid it. They don't look at the finance numbers and reporting in their business because they feel overwhelmed, or it gives them anxiety, or it stresses them out. So they don't have great financial systems in their business. Or even worse, people have horror stories about hiring and team building, and therefore they've just given up on building a winning team and said, you know what, I'll just do this another way. I'll do this on my own. I'll stay small and play small forever, because you know that it's almost impossible to sell anything that relies almost exclusively on you, of course. So I am here to remind you to be very wary of the manipulation that is happening in the market. Be very weary of any woman or anyone that is manipulating you or bullying you or slightly just feeding a message in your ear about the level of determination that you have about your dreams, about the commitment that you have to creating your, I'll call it in the alchemist words, personal legend in the world. We all have purpose. We all have calling. We all have a reason for being here. And it's impossible for you to rise up to the level of personal brand that you are capable of creating if you're hidden under the barrel of a business that is built on flow and energy and vibration, and yet doesn't have systems and processes and people, because now you are the business, and it's so disorganized and overwhelming and frustrating that no one can step into it and run it for you. Okay. So I want you to own your big vision. I want you to know that your dreams are your dreams. And I want to make sure that I remind you of the best advice that I could ever possibly give you, which is take lessons and learnings from people who are where you want to be. When you are seeking advice or taking advice, make sure the person giving it is truly in a position to lead you to the next level, because they're already there. I also want to encourage you to understand that you can bring together both feminine and masculine energies in your approach to business and life and create healthy relationships, a healthy, strong business, and a beautiful home life. It's not one or the other. It's the duality, and they work together. Okay. So own your power, lean in to your big dream, trust your own intuition, and make sure that you're modeling a mentor that is where you want to be, doing what you want to do, and achieving success at that next level. I hope this served as an important reminder today, and I hope it makes a difference for you. Pass it along if there's someone that you believe could benefit from what I'm sharing here today.